It's your favorite cousin from the Bare Nigga Truth podcast, and I'm here today with two of my special cousins. Y'all introduce yourselves, please.
Terror, Pure Brilliance.
Senior, Pure Brilliance, man. All day. Voice.
And we are here, and we gonna get all in their business a little bit.
Okay. Let's go.
It's big.
And before we get going, man, shout out to my co-hosts. They couldn't be here today, but guess what? I'm gonna hold it down, so it's all good.
Okay. Shout out to the co-hosts that couldn't
You know what I mean? Yeah, Miss Pixie. You met her at the joint, and my other co-host, Mr. Stir the Pot, so, you know, All right, so let's get right into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Who is Terror, man, and what drives him? Matter of fact, before we get to the Terror, who is Tim and what drives him?
Okay, so Tim is basically, I would say, humble. All right? I would rather him.
Now, look,
I can't tell you. I gotta describe you.
Shit and call him out, too.
All right,
I can't tell you about you. I knew you for a long time.
Yeah.
It's just you was a kid, but
Okay, I say humble,
Mm-hmm.
loyal,
yeah.
talented.
Yeah, very talented. I give you that. Very talented, creative. You know what I'm saying? And you care about what you do. Like
I care significantly.
It's music and it's the video, the visuals, your eye, how you get captured in videos and stuff like that. Very passionate about that. I give you that. Yeah.
Thank you for giving me that. I appreciate that, bro.
You dope with that right there. You know what I'm saying? Music too. Now, see, the music ain't ready to come, but you been doing the music before the video.
Yeah.
Way before the video.
We're definitely gonna get all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
I got everything broke down in sections.
That's Tim. That's Tim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Terror is basically my alter ego. That's basically what Terror is. So, it's the things that I want to say at times that I held back. So, Terror gives me the chance to express my true feelings, my true emotions. So, it's basically the other side. It's basically my aggression, letting out my aggression. And it's my therapeutic side of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Shit. Hey, I ain't mad at that. All right, what about you? Who's
Me, man, senior. Everybody call me senior, but I'm Tim too.
Okay.
My name is Tim too.
Okay.
You know, and what drives Tim, man, is just being an upstanding dude. My word's my bond, man. You know what I'm saying? My word, my family. You know what I mean? You know, that's what keep me going. My family, my drive to make sure my family good and spread the love. You know, people, especially my close friends, people I come encounter with, just spread love, enjoy to everybody, man. You know, that's the type of person I am.
Yeah, that's
what's up, keep me living.
He ain't lied so far.
Okay. Well, yeah. So y'all keep each other straight.
Without a doubt.
All right. And so, another thing I want to know too, what led to the creation of Terror? I remember you telling me a little bit before, but let's go
Terror.
deep.
Okay. The name Terror came from we used to do ciphers. This is back in I call it the golden era of the '90s.
Okay.
We was in a cipher. It was in Jersey, back in Jersey. We was in a cipher. I was in a cipher with my man G Rock, A Black, and we was just rhyme. We used to get in the ciphers for hours, either playing spades or in the circle just spit, and then and smoking, of course. And what happened was, like, my voice naturally I sound like this. But when I started rapping and when we was in that cipher, somehow my voice switched. It was almost like it sounded like basically I sounded like I was possessed. So it was like, yo, that sounds scary. It's like a movie. And they started calling me Terror, and that was it. And I stuck with Terror from there.
Okay.
Because once it switched, and they started pointing it out, I ain't never go back because I knew how to trigger that.
Yeah.
And that was it. And so
Gotcha.
that's where Terror came from.
Okay.
So I play off the Terror a lot when I'm rhyming too.
That's me? Oh man, my bad.
It's all good.
All right.
Oh, good.
You got the screen in the background?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so free grams and get better, America, yo. America was she was shot just recently.
Yeah, I seen that online.
Yeah. So
Okay.
praying for her recovery, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
Shouts to
prayers
that,
go
man.
out.
Alright. And so, let me ask you this: did you always know that you had your creative gift when you was growing up, or what do you think kind of triggered?
I mean, as far as MCing, that just came to me. That came to me naturally. Like I I wrote my first rhyme. I think I was 7 years old. It was real elementary though. It was like rhyming girl with world and pearl and stuff like that. It was about a girl, of course.
Okay.
And then you know, I honed in on it as time went along. Like when Public Enemy came along and KRS came along. And that's when I was writing my rhymes. Like I used to call myself Positivity. You know, and then
Positivity.
you know, and I always those guys taught me like Public Enemy, KRS-One. What was another one? It was like Soul. What was his name? Soul Son. Rakim.
Yeah, right.
Like these guys taught me what lyrics was really about. You know,
for lyrics, but we always used to listen to all of the main sources. And
He's taking it back to when we was in Jersey City. I used to stay with him when I was real young. I was probably about 18. I was probably 18 years old. And this guy, he really helped me hone in on my skills. Like we used to be in the living room. I just remember seeing the TV. It was like he had this set. He had like a stereo there. There was a hi-fi stereo. I don't know if it was a hi-fi stereo. I don't know what it was. And they had the key, the big key. Yeah. And we used to sit in this little living room and fucking spit all day, all night long.
I'm not a rapper, but I jump in on. I say little lines.
He could rhyme. It's just like it just take you back. It take you back to that time. Every time he rhyme, and I got that triggers me. He could rap though. He's just
a little bit.
He don't write.
I set it off. I don't sit down and write no rhymes or nothing like that. I'm just off top of the head cipher type thing. You know, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from that era. We just be in the hallways on the corners, hip hop. Yeah.
But his main gift to hip hop is just being able to back you up and be that battery behind you. You know what I mean? Like I will not do a show without seeing you. Like if I do a show without seeing you, it's not a show.
Yeah. So
it's just me on the stage rhyming and trying to put on a show. But it's the combination of us together on that stage that brings that to life. You know, I hate performing without him. Like it's like I can't. I don't want to do it.
I can feel you.
You know, it's like
it's different when you got your peoples on stage.
And on top of it, it's a performance. He knows how to take my lyrics and throw it back to me and take it over. I get my breath. All that. It's like it's a chemistry.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because that's like what like all our artists and they like sing you gonna come up here with me sing. So that's just been like one of the things I love to do because I love hip hop, So if I mess with your music and we be ciphering and we do that, I'm gonna back you up. We're gonna get on stage. We're gonna do our thing. Tear it down. Tear it down.
All right. So, being where you from in Jersey, what made you come to Virginia? Like what?
All right. Basically, I was at a point where I realized that Jersey had nothing to offer me. I was stagnant. And I was like, all my family had migrated out here throughout the years, and I was holding on to Jersey for dear life.
Okay.
And then it finally came to a point where I was like, okay, I gotta try something new, and that's why I got out of there.
Okay. That's what's up. How long you been in Virginia?
Oh man, about 11, 12 years now, right?
Yeah, you came. We came.
07.
You came like a month before I came.
Yeah. He came a month right after me. And that's crazy. We ain't seen each other for like I don't know how many years.
At least like 20 years.
Yeah, like in between, it was like, oh wow. And I was like, oh man, my bro was here. It was crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it was like it was reunited. As soon as we got here, and then my brother Frank Manor, he came.
Yeah.
And Diesel was already here.
Diesel was here already.
And that was the foundation of Pure Brilliance right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So we established it in 08.
Okay. Yeah, good. I was gonna get into that too. And now I remember also you was telling me some things about when you were growing up. So what was that like being as a kid and like you were saying that they was labeling you all these things that you weren't.
Oh yeah.
So what was that like, and what were you compared to what they thought and what you really were like as a kid?
I thought I was what they told me I was. So basically it started when I was, I would say about 13, 14. I was basically finding myself. Okay. You know, man, trying to find myself. And it's like, oh, he's a juvenile delinquent. He's the public school labeled me emotionally disturbed. It was like different things. And then as I got a little older, I got like around 15, 16. It was the police started calling. They called me juvenile delinquent. And then they also, and then of course I didn't want to go into the harassment. Of what I went through with the police. Okay. But and that's pretty much everybody's story, you know what I mean? That's out there. So but juvenile delinquent, emotionally disturbed, and then I got thrown out of school at one point. Got put into a bad boy school. Then when I was in that bad boy school, there was no females there. And I was like, that in high school, that don't work. So I sat there like an angel, you know what I mean? I was trying to get back out of there. I lasted about 6 months in there. It was like, you don't belong here. I was like, yep, I don't belong here. You know, I straightened my act out, got all A's, everything. They put me back to high school, got A's when I went back to high school. I was like, I learned my lesson. I was like, no. And that's it. So it was something that straightened me up. But to label me and just say, yo, you ain't gonna be. I had teachers tell me I wasn't gonna be shit. Like,
the teachers, the teachers back then, they used to tell you that. They used to tell me that too. Like, you ain't gonna be nothing. I'm like, for real, you?
Like, damn, you
like, yeah, like for real. Like,
and so I fed into that. You know what I mean? I fed into that. Like, oh, I ain't gonna be shit. Okay. Well, I just talk shit to the teachers and everything. Every time they called to me, I have a smart comment. You know, especially when they took one teacher took my notebook, it was over, yo. They took my notebook, I had my rhymes in it and everything like that. She took my notebook and I snapped.
I don't know if y'all know, for the youngins coming up, man, but being a kid, boy, that rhyme book, you live by that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know we used to live by that. Like, what you doing? Yeah, teacher be talking, you be writing your stuff. Yeah. What you doing? Like, you know what I mean? You're not taking my rhyme book.
Yeah, that was it. I snapped on that one.
I definitely understand that.
I probably have 5 years suspension in there. But I put a little skit on the album too. That's in the intro too, like with the teacher talking that.
That really happened.
Yeah. Oh, word. That's what's up, man. We could talk about that too. So
okay.
I got everything. Right. And so let's go. Let's talk about Pure Brilliance now. So who does Pure Brilliance consist of?
Pure Brilliance consists of the main people that this Pure Brilliance is today is Miss T. She's the management.
Okay.
As well as he assists with the management too, senior.
Okay.
And myself, which is visuals. I do the visuals as well as MCing. And we also have artists that are under Pure Brilliance as well. And Senior can explain that a little more. But that's what Pure Brilliance is, as well as Frank Manor. He's in Colorado. He was he's basically started our foundation.
Okay.
So he's in Colorado too. So shout out to Frank Manor.
Yeah, shout out, man.
And what I failed to mention when we had our interview last time was Frank Manor wrote the movie that I'm directing right now.
Okay.
So he's the writer of that as well as the 2 novels I was telling you about.
Okay.
And
that's what's up,
yeah, so that's basically what Pure Brilliance is. And KO, which is
Diesel. For like,
Diesel.
It consists of it consists of Diesel, you, me, and Frank Manor.
That was the
foundation. That was the foundation.
That's where it started from.
That's where it started from. Okay. And we was going out hitting these open mics, and Frank Manor, because he was the only artist at the time.
I remember that.
Yeah, he was going out there, him and KO. And at first it was me, Frank Manor, then we brought KO into it because my son, KO, he rapped too. He make beats and all that type of stuff too. So, but that we was the core, and then as the years progressed, we met a couple of cats. I can name them. Ronnie, Ruger, Threat to Promise, Shoddy, and Rel. He's a singer.
Okay.
Yeah, Rel the singer. So.
Okay, so they're the artists that's under Pure
Brilliance? They're the artists that's on Pure Brilliance. So they're not currently active. They're doing they're not doing the open mic circuits or performing out there, but they're working on their own private, independent stuff,
Okay.
Because you're not internet is now. You make the music, you put it out there. You're not worrying, you're searching, go ahead and perform. We've done that, we've been there, so we on bigger and different, better things now. So.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, man. Being out there all night, you know what I'm saying? And you're trying to get cast to support, everybody.
Memories, man.
The memories, a lot of, but you know what? It was different. It was different. It was a lot of. They showed love. You had hate too, but they showed love.
At the beginning, it was hate.
It was big.
There was a lot of hate in the beginning.
Yeah. They was like, "Who these cats?" Because we used to step up and
crushing it.
You know what I'm saying? What logos up? We used to come in. Cats used to have the iron on. We had that. We was the first. And they whoever's doing monsters see this here, and what's going on there. And you see a lot of this now.
That was us.
We started that. We started that.
Yeah.
Word is born. Cats could do their history.
When you say word is born,
cat,
mean that shit.
Word is born. Cats, y'all can do your history if y'all don't believe me. Go back and cats had our iron-ons. but they didn't have the professional look. We came with the Dickie joints, and everything straight uniform.
And recorded like we was
Yeah.
We came in there like we was army, yo.
Yeah. So that's what Pure Brilliance consists of, man. We just did the grind, and you know, we was like one of the first cats that had booth. We had the booth at Amfram. Remember we had the Amfram? 2 years.
After 2 years in a row, we had a booth in there. So mad CDs, independent. I don't know how many CDs we sold out there. But people was coming through there supporting, crazy. They heard the music. Frank Mann had an album called "Gentleman and the Scholar," and that album had no curses. It was no curse on it, but it still came off. It was still hard. It was hard as hell. No curse.
Frank Mann, a very talented dude.
We had the video. We was shot by Bird. I don't know where Bird is now.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to Bird too.
Yeah.
And we had the video on the screen, and we had the visual setup as well as the album there, so people could listen to it too. And people came through. He was buying it left and right. He was right there in the front when people was walking through.
Yeah, by the breast cancer thing.
Plus the performance every 2 years in a row too.
Yeah.
And we slaughtered it. We was mad when Afrin. It was 2 years in a row that Afrin just shut down.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
It was a lot behind that, but we'll talk about that off camera.
But the time that Afrin was here, we enjoyed that, and it was a nice way to get us buzzing too, as well as the open mics with what was it, Rock the Mic. Shout out to Miss Bland, COP, Double XL, Jack and Spade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, those are the good old days, man.
Had lots of fun.
You know what I mean?
Had lots of fun.
And we gained our respect there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we kept going, and we knew our music was great. We just had to let everybody else know it was great. And they caught on to it. We started doing features with everybody. That's where we met Livewire there, Chops. You know, that's remember you mentioned Livewire, and that's where they collabed with Frank Mann. Yeah, man, come on, man, that was cool as hell, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I met a lot of good people,
a lot of great people.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So what does the name Pure Brilliance, like, what made it resonate to you? Like when y'all got here and y'all was like, yo, we need a name, and what made you say, you know what, Pure Brilliance is?
That was Frank Mann.
Yeah, that name was already. It was
Frank Mann. Okay, Frank Mann and one of his homeboys, I think, that passed away or something like that.
Yeah.
Something happened to one of his homeboys. That was Frank Mann. Him and his homeboy came up with that name.
Okay.
And then when we was thinking about naming stuff, we was like, yo, he said Pure Brilliance. We was like, yo, Pure Brilliance. Like, yeah. That makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Because we all
it fit. It fit us because it was like, okay, we're not gonna talk about just getting money. We're not gonna talk about just our cars and stuff like that. We want to talk about something that's gonna fit with the struggle and also using our minds. Like how do you get out of the struggle? How do you do this? How do you do that? Everything is a thought.
Yeah.
So and it just fits. It fit what we was trying to do, pure brilliance. So it's pure. It means nothing. It's untouched. Plus it's brilliance. It's the idea. So it's untouched ideas. You're coming up with new things too.
So that definitely I can see that setting the way, especially with what y'all was doing and trying to say, you know what, when it comes to the music, especially coming from that golden era, you can say, you know what, back then we had this and this.
Yeah.
Right now, we only got this lane of music. So instead of staying here, let's give people a lot of stuff to choose from.
We're not following trends. Like we're not doing that. And now the thing is, I like what a lot of artists are doing today too. But I want to see the skills. I want to see the skill set too. I mean, it's easy. Yeah. It seems easy. I don't know. I don't attempt to do it, but when I listen to it, it sounds easy. Like
you know what?
Yeah.
All right, now some of y'all know I used to do music too, but
Okay.
But it's actually harder
To be
to
simple.
do than people think it is, especially if you're not used to doing it.
Yeah.
Like you're not hey, when you try to do it, you be like, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It just don't fit right.
Yeah.
So it's it may not seem creative, but it's
no. I'm
not saying that.
I'm not saying it's not creative.
I know.
I'm just saying it sounds more simpler.
Yeah.
It's not as complex as wordplay, like using wordplay See, I like wordplay. I like acrobatics and things like that. I don't want something that's over my head where he's saying all these words I don't understand. I don't want to see that. But I want to see that. I want to see that skill set. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, okay, are you just going in the studio? Or are you just I just went on the other day. I don't play. And like that. That's like, if you just going in there making stuff up like that, and you're not using your thought.
Yeah,
like it's not a full thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's fun. It's a lot of them out there, and I was stuck in that thinking like that too at one point. But now that like when I be at work, so you know, I'm a chef. We play the radio. I listen to it, and I'm like, yo, yeah, they put some thought into that. You know what I'm saying? Certain songs, I
like Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, I like
Roddy
that.
Ricch.
Yeah,
Roddy Ricch is dope.
Yeah,
I like him.
the baby,
oh come on, and the baby's dope. Little baby too.
Yeah. So when I wasn't really paying attention at first, but now that I started listening, I'm like, yo, catch dope.
Yeah,
man.
that's how it caught me, man.
Yeah.
Like when I first shit, I was like, oh man, just a little mumble rap.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You didn't think about it then. It was just you play it one day, and you be like, hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I started tuning my ear. That's what it was.
Let me tell you why I'm not mad right now too. Like I was, it was a point where I was upset about like the way music is, but now it seems like hip hop is getting more balanced now too.
Yeah.
Like these albums that are coming out now. Have you heard Nas' new album?
No, I ain't hear that new album.
Have you heard Busta's new album?
No, I just came
most
out.
of it,
Right?
Bro.
I heard it all.
It came out the other day.
Bro, bro, you don't want it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like extinction levels too. It's
I gotta check that
crazy,
out.
you know. He's like, this is bust right here. Like
Okay.
it's like
Yeah.
he ain't dumb down his shit, nothing. It's like, yo, he coming with them lyrics, the boom bap, his type of boom bap beats.
Oh yeah.
And then you know his features that made him who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got Brian's
right.
on there. You got Q-Tip on there. I don't know if that was Rakim in the beginning or something like that.
Yeah,
Why does it sound like Rakim?
It's
I'm
Rakim.
like, yo, man, this album is this album is fire, bro. I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I gotta check it out.
Oh man, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
definitely dope. And
we got that
balance.
So it's starting to balance out.
Mhm.
I still got to check out Benny the Butcher too. I heard that was,
That's
I heard that was crazy too.
Yeah, it's
You know,
it's more of a like a commercial feel to it now. It's
okay.
not complete commercial, but
Yeah.
it's like okay, I can see where you're not so much going for the underground crowd where you're trying to
he's trying to stand
branch
up,
out
but he still got the
Yeah.
bars. He
Yeah.
still got the bars.
Yeah.
So that's why, and the good part about him is his age. You know, he's older cat too. You know, right? He's like in his late 30s maybe, I think, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and he's killing.
Hey, that's what's up.
So I like that. I like to see like where there's no boundaries to saying, oh, this is for the young cats and stuff like that. Nah, hip hop's for everybody. And you're never too old. Never let somebody tell you you're too old. I heard that so many times. You're too old. You're too old. You're too old. Fuck that. If you got that heart, if you got the heart, you got the talent, you got the goal to do what you got to do behind that mic, do it. And don't hesitate. Finish it. That's what Kara told me all the time. Finish your project. Finish your project. I'm gonna finish this joke.
Yeah.
And we at the end too. Like we got two more. We got two more joints left, and that's it. The album is
I
done.
be telling them that. Though. I be telling me too old. You know.
Yeah, he said, yo.
I tell them that because I know what it's gonna make. I know it's gonna do. I know it's gonna make him
exactly what he thought I was gonna do is what I did.
Yeah.
And I threw him the songs. He said, I ain't gonna say it no more. I threw him 3 joints. And he said that. And I was like, yeah, that see, you was rocking. I got my old senior back. You know?
Yeah. Push. I gotta push him, man. I gotta push him. I knew that to give some fuel. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, saying I'm old. Oh, all right, okay.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
I got
him. Let me say, I'm showing something. I'm like, word. Okay, my dude.
Oh man.
Oh, that's still on my playlist?
Yeah.
This is a drink, man.
Too hot.
Yeah, hops in it,
Yeah.
This is one that made me like him right here.
So let's talk about videos. How many videos have you done?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
There's a couple hundred though.
It's a lot of
maybe about 300, 400, maybe something.
Yeah. A lot of cats from yeah. A lot of pretty cats out here. Yeah.
Okay. And so what major artists have you worked with and done videos for?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start from the beginning. First video we ever shot is actually about Peoples, man. It was Clever to Die. His whole thing was Hood Legend. That was the very first video that I shot.
Okay.
And it didn't come out. It didn't come out originally because they had to dismantle. But the video featured Chiffon Collier, Vo Black, Ms. Mika, and Clever. They were the 4 artists. The song was called "Been Through It All." You can look it up now. It's released. We released it when Painted Music came out.
Okay.
But we shot this back in like 2008, 2009,
Yeah.
and then we finally released it when Painted Music came out.
Okay.
And that was because let's show it out. This video, it was dope. It was the first one, and it was dope. But the one that got us buzzing I had to be peso,
Fresh cut.
peso dollar, fresh cut. Got a fresh cut. Now I'm looking for the freaks. And that was with peso dollar featuring Jack and Spade.
Yeah.
And everybody came out. That's when Blake Lees was popping. We shot scenes in Blake Lees.
Man, I'm just Blake.
Yeah, man, that's that joint too. But yeah, that was a video. And that was basically those learning experiences. Okay. But that video, like after that video dropped, everybody started coming to us. And the reason why we bought the camera though was really for
us.
Yeah, it was for us. It was Frank Manor.
Yeah, for Frank Manor shows and stuff like that, and videos and stuff like that. That's what it was for.
Yeah.
And but then he got a taste of it, and he good though, cause he used to watch. This dude used to come home from work. Well, he's straight to the video. He's straight watching. I'm telling you, watching videos all day. So he had that eye. He always had that eye. You know what I'm saying? And then when he shot them first, when he was coming out, it's like, yo, this dude dope.
And the thing is,
like he was looking.
Yeah. But I didn't know why though. It was like it was always like that. Even when I was young, like even before you seen it, I just had the VCR. And I used to run home and watch Video Music Box with VJ Ralph McDaniels, and then Yo MTV Raps eventually came along, and I used to make like a mixed tape, like of videos.
VCR.
Yeah, like try to cut out all the commercials, hit it on pause, and then hit it on pause and hit record. I remember Twisted's video came out when it was the first Twisted video when he was on the hospital bed. I had that joint, Run DMC and. KRS, man. KRS-One, man. My Philosophy, all that. Oh, man. Public Enemy, Night of the Living Bassheads. I just had all that on one videotape, like, for hours. And I was watching my dad. I was like, yo, I keep watching these videos. Get up there, do your homework. I used to be addicted to it. Yeah. And it was a reason why. And it was, I guess I was absorbing, like, the angles and everything like that, too. It was movies, too, though. I was addicted to this visuals, period. But mainly, it was hip-hop music, man. And just absorbing all those videos, and eventually when we shot, what was it? Don't Let Hip Hop Go Pop.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so basically it was somebody else who was shooting. I'm not gonna mention who shot it, but the person who shot it was shooting it, and it was just basically just shooting. And I was like, yo, get this angle right here because we gotta get this point of view right here. We wanted to make it look like it's looking at us and stuff like that. And so he shot it, and then it went to the editing room, and it didn't come back the way I felt it should have came back.
Right.
So that's when we said, we could do this ourselves. And we was in what was that little spot in the Martini Lounge? Remember the Martini Lounge? And somebody was shooting the video in there, and I saw the camera, and I was like, oh, that camera looks like that. We need to get that. And I priced it out, and we eventually got that camera, and we set up shop. We called the Green Room with Lowe's and Bless. Shout out to Lowe's and Bless. Yeah. And Diesel, that was all of us over there. That was our first station, was the Green Room for Pure Brilliance Multimedia.
Hey, that's what's up.
And that was the beginning of the establishment. Everything was happening all at the same time.
So it's kind of like when you first did your first video. Did you expect that to kind of happen, or was it just?
No, I didn't. I did not expect for what happened to happen until it was CEOP who reached out to us. He knew we had the camera, and he hooked us up with Clever. Okay. And Clever wanted the video, so that's when we shot it. And I bullshitted my way through that whole thing. I was like, yeah, we can shoot anything. We can. And I didn't know what I was doing. But it came out great. It came out great.
And after that, it just
it's learning, getting better and better. I'm still learning, But we're at a point where it's very professional. The quality we're dealing with not just VA artists. I love VA artists. That's my first love, is working with VA artists, but now we have industry artists as well. You know what I mean? So
that's my next question too. Like, what is the difference from working with the indie artists as opposed to working with like industry?
No difference.
There's no difference.
There's no difference except that, oh wow, you're working with this person. Because I'm gonna put in the same work regardless. We put in the same work regardless if it's an indie artist or if you're an established artist. Come to us, give us your vision. That's it. It's getting done. Okay. So there's no difference. It's just a wow factor, you know what I mean? And once you get past the wow factor,
it's like, hey, it's time to work.
It's time to work. That's it.
Got you. And so, when it comes to doing the videos, do you prefer that the artist come to you with the vision, or do you prefer to hear the music and kind of create your own vision? And y'all,
both. I'd rather the artist have a vision first, But if they can't have a vision, if they don't have a vision, then I'm gonna help them develop the vision. Okay. That's basically it. But both helps though. Like if they have a vision, we're still gonna put our input in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I call on people for input too. Like, listen to this song. What do you think this should go? You know, and I encourage artists to do that as well. Speak to people that you think are visually inclined.
Yeah, because you need that. You just can't come in and want to do the same old video, everybody on the block, and with a whole bunch of cats. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have something to attract people. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta have a story. You know what I'm saying? If you rapping about something, let's do a video about what you rapping about. Make a story out of it. You know what I'm saying? So people will pay attention. You want to captivate me? Then let me see. You rapping about this? Let me check it out. You want to throw the guns in there and 20 cats on? Yeah, come on, man.
Point the gun at the camera.
Yeah,
that ain't happening.
Yeah.
And that's not happening in a Pure Brilliance video. You're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see somebody just pointing the gun in the camera or something like that. If somebody wants to do that, then I'll pass it off to somebody else.
You could have them in it, but you could have it like not like that. Like one artist that used to rock with us Well, the video the Keep Looking video.
Oh yeah.
We did the 23. It was creative, man. We were the thrift store. We bought outfits,
and we had the guns in that.
We had the, but it was like the 20 scene. I don't know if you check that video out.
Yeah,
that Keep Looking.
Yeah, that's what Ruger.
Shout out to Ruger. That video was like that video was dope because it was like a theme. It was 20s. We dressed up in 20s, and we did it. Shot at the scene that was that. Stadium? It was a stadium then. It was Vanity.
It was it's called something else now.
It's called something else now.
It's in Portsmouth, but we made it look like it was like you in like a cotton club type.
Yeah. Dope.
And it has like a Harlem Nights feel too. Like this team was like Della Reese in there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the type of stuff you want to do when you do music. So people could look at it like, yo, you're using your brain, man. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all definitely like pushing the creative boundary.
Yeah, you got to be creative.
I want to share a story about that too. Another thing, artists, no more. Let's stop this one. Passing the bag.
Yeah.
And say, yo, I'm gonna pass the bag, right? And then we're gonna pass the bag to my man, and my man's gonna pass the bag, and at the end you gonna open it up, and there's gonna be CDs in it. That's not original no more.
That's like early 90s.
Not original no more.
Or the cooking up the crack and you pull the CD out the pot.
None of that.
I'm just telling y'all what I see as a consumer. I'm not a rapper no more, so I'm just telling y'all what I see. I'm like, okay, we know what's about to happen.
Exactly.
So it's just come up with that creativity.
Gotta have the creativity, man, because that's what makes people want to pay attention. You know, it's like with anything on television. You know what I mean? Any video, like if I watch, I do a lot of watching videos, but when I catch something, I be like, oh, yo, that's dope right there. You know, it's like so now I'm focused. Now I want to watch it.
Okay. So what do y'all think about now, like the I guess I don't want to say the turn that music videos is taking, but it seems like now, in the age of I want everything now, almost like the music video has been kind of pushed to the side and not as creative as you would get like with an old Missy video.
But some of them are still doing it. Like what's that one team that's killing them right now? Lyrical Lemonade. You ever heard of Lyrical Lemonade? They doing a lot of people's videos. They're very creative with their stuff. So I mess with them. I mean, there's videos you can shoot real quick and they come out dope. You know, like Bino for instance. You know Bino? Bino's an artist out here. He was locked up. He was locked up for a while, but now he's doing his comeback right now. I shot a video with him. He don't like planning nothing. He likes just going out and shooting his videos, and I hate doing that. Yeah. But for some reason, with this guy, it works out. It works out for him. Like it ends up fitting his concept. He had this video called "Falling," and we went out one day and we just going through the hood, and we was like, okay, you see the teddy bears and little things set up where visuals were, candles and teddy bears, and we was going around and we was seeing so many of those, and we shot the video where you see that and their boys there wearing the shirts and stuff like that. It was just nothing was planned. We just went through each of them. We went through Norfolk, we went through Portsmouth, and they just all came together. And it was like we hit a house. And they was having a barbecue that night, celebrating a birthday of a person that was passed away. We went there. They lit up balloons, and that was his video. Okay. And it was just in one day. It was in one day, and it just came together for him. So some of those simple videos end up being great. Yeah. You know, and then but I like the ones where you're creating. But I'm not mad at those type of visuals either, where they're real simple and as long as it fits the subject matter and everything like that.
Yeah.
And the quality's there.
And it could work.
It's dope. Yeah.
I can vouch for that too. Yeah. I had a couple that we had to shoot on the fly, like I had one idea and it's like, nah, that don't work. You go back and shoot it and it's like, yo, this shit actually came out dope.
Came out all right, yeah.
Like,
That's all I told Bino, like it's like probably our 4th video that we shot together. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let you. I'm not gonna play no more until it comes out wrong. Then I'm gonna start to play. But right now, you got this. You just have to be blessed, you know. So.
All right, so definitely, and so let's talk about working with KRS-One. I don't want to talk about that. So I know you had said mentioned it in the previous interview we did at the show.
Yeah.
But like, what was that really like, man? Working with KRS, traveling with him. What did you learn like about the industry?
First of all, that was a dream come true, because this is somebody I rock with all my life. This is my first Black history teacher. Okay. Without knowing him, with the songs with like "You Must Learn," and "Why Is That?" Those songs taught me a lot about myself. And I saw myself through him before even knowing him or meeting him.
Yeah.
Saw him in concert at least 10 to 15 times before I even met him. And working with him was just, it's priceless. That's the word I can use. There's no price I could put on it. It's my favorite MC is everything he says he is in his records. Okay. So I can say there's no fronting. I can tell you things that I've seen that tell you, like, I see this guy with his glasses on cooking salmon, watching DVDs, and he's always absorbing knowledge. He's constantly absorbing knowledge. Books, like crazy amounts of books. I'm talking about not on hip hop to ancient times. He has all this, and he has all the knowledge in him, and that's why he's able to express himself like for long periods of time. I've seen this guy talk for 20, 30 minutes at a time. Whether somebody asks him one question, and he's responding to from a 20-minute response, where it goes off. It goes right here. It starts here. It'll go here. It goes all the way around. He tells the whole story, and the whole story, you're like, okay, where's he getting at? And then boom, it connects right back. Wow. It's like I don't know how his brain thinks like that. It's just like it's probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met, and probably ever will meet. Okay. But torn with him, I can tell you some stories. Like where
Hey, you want to give one that?
Okay, let me
show my telling.
Let me see. Okay. So basically, all right. First,
okay,
all right. So the KRS One situation. Okay, so it first started off where a friend of mine. Well, he was an acquaintance at the time. His name's Don Little. Forever grateful to him, man. And get better. Get well, Don Little. Get well. He introduced me to KRS One. He basically showed him my videos first. Then he showed him the movie, the Pay the Music movie. Okay. That triggered KRS to call me, and he wanted the music video. Okay. So he called me, and I knew it was his voice. The KRS, his voice is so distinct. He called me and he was like, so I'm gonna be in South Carolina, and I wanted to know if you come out and shoot a video. I was like, of course, I'd like to shoot a video. And he goes, okay. So basically, he has a lot of video work he wanted to get done. And he wanted to know if it's going to be short term or it's going to be long term. The relationship said, listen, I already know who you are. I know all your music. I know every single album. I could probably quote his lyrics and be his hype man if you need it. I knew all his albums. So it was like, okay, well that's half the battle right there. And he goes, so he sent me a couple songs. He was either going to be Duty from the what album was that? Now Hear This. It was a Now Hear This album. It was Duty or the Sound Man. So he decided to go with Sound Man. And Senior came out with me, that was to South Carolina, remember?
Yo, that was my first time meeting.
That was your first time meeting? That was my first time meeting him too. I mean, I met him, but he didn't know who I was. Like, it was like, can I get a drop? And I got a drop from him, that was it.
My dude, it was like, I was like I am now, because I'm thinking about it, I was like, wow, snap, for real?
We was in there.
I was like, yo, this is for real?
Yo,
we went up to his suite, to the hotel, to his suite, dude, and he just started asking. He was talking to him at first. He started. We fed us food, everything, bro. He was like, and we had a connection. That's my brother. He's a spiritual brother. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? We got ultimate love on just from that first time we meeting. So he's like my family for real. You know what I'm saying?
And he embraced us like, it was all that. He was like, he smiled, he brought us in.
It's genuine. It's genuine love, bro.
When you see this dude, you're looking up. like you see how tall he is.
Yeah.
You looking at him like this.
Bro,
like,
he's
like,
huge. He's taller than me. Yeah, bro. Yo, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, bro.
And to be at his level and to be so humble.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like I'm talking about humble. And he was like, he's straight up schooling us right away, like talking about, the bust of Nefertiti, and all this stuff, Emotep. He was talking to all this stuff with us automatically. Like, it was the first conversation he was having. And I'm still trying to get over, like, oh, this is Kara sitting in front of me, man.
Yeah.
And I'm still thinking
I was trying to get through that too, bro, because it was amazing. And to meet somebody you idolized and taught you a lot coming up in the era of hip hop, coming up in Jersey, and that's all the South Bronx and all that. Listening to him, and then I finally got a chance to meet him on one time, and then we embraced it, and we got like this. It's just like we knew each other all our life.
Oh, wow.
That's what type of dude.
he was talking about chefing, because he was up there cooking.
Yeah.
He's preparing salmon, chicken.
Bro.
He had his special barbecue sauce. He had all that stuff right there when we first met him.
Yeah.
When we first met him, man, and it was incredible. And then when we got to eat that night, we got right after the show. It was after the show. The food was ready. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay at the suite. I'll stay at the suite. We stayed at the suite. We got a lecture. We had to shoot the lecture the next day.
Yeah.
And then talking about these black beans with the white rice,
Bro,
the spinach.
I'm telling you, it's
oh man, the onions on the sauteed over the salmon.
I'm like, I'm chilling with KRS. I spent the night with KRS-One, bro, and then we went to his lecture, and I'm working like I'm his security man, and his wife was like, I was making sure he was good and everything, and it's just natural. Like, that's my homeboy. I'm gonna look out for him. And, the connection was dope, bro.
His wife,
and it's still dope because that's still my man.
His wife is G Simone, and she's an artist. She's
that's my
first of all. G Simone is she's also I consider her a mentor too as well.
Okay.
So basically, she sets up the tours. She's the management of KRS on this Ramp Entertainment. She does that as well as she's an artist as well. So she's. Like she wears a lot of hats and she gets the job done. Like when you see how smooth the tours run and how they're mapped out, I learned a lot about that. The things that are needed in the rooms, how to price out a room, things like that. I learned that all from Simone. And now she's the one that has a song with Will I Am.
Okay.
And I have the video for that I'm editing currently now.
Okay.
And that video was incredible.
How big? Look how
Celebrate Our Lives is the name of the song. He got all the joints.
Look how big that dude is, man.
Compared to him.
Yeah,
damn. That dude, huge, bro. That's spirit. That's my brother, man. That's spiritual.
Okay.
That's my dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. That's my guy. We connection. When you see me, when you see me, we see love me.
And the thing is, he knew you before he even seen you because he already seen the movie.
Yeah.
They love the character. Yeah. They love like he broke down painting music to me.
Okay.
Yeah, he loved it. He loved how the story was told. I'm trying to get his story told, man. Hopefully I get to be a part of that. I want to remember that. The story of him and Scott LaRock. That story needs to be told. Criminal minded, and hopefully I'm gonna be a part of that. Some way or another, I'm gonna make sure I'm a part of it. It's amazing. So
because it's crazy. Because they too. Y'all funny too. When y'all get around each other, how you talking.
So that's how it all happened. So we shot the video, and the next thing you know, he asked me, "Do I have a passport?" And I said, "No, I don't got a passport." He said, "Can you get a passport? We leave in 2.5 weeks. We're going on a cruise ship. I don't fly. I don't take planes. So we're going on a cruise ship. We're doing a tour of Europe in the UK, and if you get your passport, I want you to be a part of it." I didn't know what I was doing, but I tried to figure it out. I started making calls right away.
Oh, that's when you went to DC.
Yeah, I drove one day. I found out you can get it in one day. I drove to DC. Waited all day. Merle came with me that day, and then I got my passport.
Okay.
So I called Simone. She was like, "Congratulations." She said, your ticket is ready for you. I'll see you on April something. I forgot what day, but it's like April something. We was on.
And you only was supposed to go for like
2.5 months.
Yeah.
I was going for almost a year.
Yeah, you only supposed to go like 2 months. He's supposed to be going.
Did you see the freestyle yet?
I didn't watch that yet.
Okay, make sure you see that. It's a dope documentary. It has videos in it as well. It turns into videos, but he shows you how to live as a free MC. Merchandising, how to eat healthy. Just different things on how to live as a free MC, and then it also turns into videos at the same time. So you gotta watch it. It's called the Freestyle, Essential Lessons of MCing Part 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where's that available at?
You can watch it on YouTube now.
Okay,
It's on
okay.
YouTube. Yep.
Y'all shot that?
Yes, the whole thing.
Okay.
The whole thing. Yep.
Definitely check.
And you can see how the b-boys are jumping out. You can see how things happen.
Mhm.
Like you're gonna see what happens when KRS hits Europe. Like it's like when I was telling you about like they never lost the culture of hip hop.
Mhm.
You're gonna see it all in there. It's all in there. The murals, the graffiti cities, the b-boys jumping out in Poland, all different areas.
Oh,
And then,
wow.
Yeah,
and
they
of
still,
course,
they still like you when you was telling me, like, it's like the era.
Yeah.
Still.
it's the era. It's the era, and that's what brought me. That's what rejuvenated me.
Okay.
Seeing that, you know what I mean? When you see that, the b-boys jumping
Yeah.
out and then breakdancing, and then also you see these guys pulling these cans, you hear that ball shaking in that graffiti. Yeah, I'm like, yo,
Wow.
this is it. This is it right here. This is hip hopia right here.
Okay, definitely. So let me ask you this also. Do you think that over there in Europe they appreciate the hip hop culture more than we do, or
Yes.
do you think they just embrace it differently than we do?
No, they appreciate it more.
Okay.
They appreciate the true value of what hip hop is.
Mhm.
Like the graffiti writing. You know, that's a lost art in America.
I believe.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys out here that's still doing it, but over there, it's like you see it everywhere. Like I'm talking about murals of graffiti, almost everywhere. You go through France, Barcelona. That's what it is. Them graffiti artists have businesses out there. They've built businesses.
Yeah, and they never lost the culture part of
They
it.
never lost.
They kept the culture. That's
That's the whole
see,
thing.
that's the whole thing. You know
Element.
what I'm saying?
That money aspect gets
Yeah, see, that's what happens, man. See, and we, you know, the United States, we lost the culture, man. A lot of cats lost the culture.
And it's also they like the retro part of it too, though.
Yeah.
Like, cause there's store like there was a barbershop I went to when I first got to get my haircut, and it was like they had Tommy Hilfiger jackets and Nautica jackets hanging up in there, just hanging around the barbershop just to show it. Philly Blunt boxes. Remember the Philly Blunt boxes?
Mhm.
And White Owl boxes. They had that all up in there. It was like they had that whole '90s thing in that one barbershop. I was like, wow, you know. So they just they like the retro part of it, and they just
Keep
never
it alive. Keep
let
it
go of the culture.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. He was like, yo. He's like, yo, you listen to Cellar Dwellers? I was like, hell yeah, I listened to Cellar Dwellers back in the day. I remember listening to Cellar Dwellers a long time. And I felt guilty about that. They're like, they bumping artifacts and all sorts of stuff over there. I'm like, yo, the underground.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
when the dudes are spitting that Stretch and Bobito Thursday night shit, like they play that in Europe.
Oh, that's what's up.
I got to see. What I got to see while I was out there. I got to see De La Soul perform, man. I got to see De La Soul. I got to see Bob Deep that was I guess the last time I seen him perform there. You know, that was in Europe. It was Prodigy and Havoc.
Okay.
You know, I got to see them. And I watched them with KRS when we was watching backstage as they was performing at one of the shows. And then when we went back to the hotel, I went back, and then I came back. I got to see Cypress Hill perform.
Okay.
You know, so it was a lot of people we got to meet overseas. I see Fat Joe when we came back.
Yeah, them cats getting it over there.
Yeah, overseas. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot of artists.
J. Rue the Damager lives in Germany now. He's in Berlin. Yeah, he was in Berlin.
okay.
Yeah, he's over there.
Wow.
You know, yeah. Everybody was over there. Oh, famous night. Okay, so we was in Switzerland.
Mhm.
KRS was killing it, right? And this guy was trying to point me out on stage, and I was filming, so I was like, yo, leave me alone, I'm trying to film. He was trying to get my attention, and guess who was in the crowd?
Who?
Waka Flocka.
What?
Waka Flocka was in the crowd.
Waka
So
Flocka.
I say the name. I go Waka Flocka.
Nah, you didn't tell me.
Okay. So Waka was there, and this is probably one of the most coolest people. This is what made me like Waka Flocka. I didn't like Waka Flocka at all prior to this time. Waka, you see this, I'm just only speaking the truth. After I met him, I went back and listened to his music. I loved him. I love this guy because he was so cool. Like he was humble. We went back to the backstage. So first he came to KRS. He told KRS he was like, yo, I'm thinking, I want to be an MC. You know, I rap, but I want to be an MC. I'm studying to be an MC. And they would start building. Next thing you know, I seen Walker. He was a vegan and stuff like that. He started wearing jewelry, stuff like that. So he was true. He was very truthful. You know, and then he invited us out to his show. KRS, me, the team went over to see Waka perform. Toured the motherfucker down. So, but his hospitality was what made me like him. Like as soon as we came in, he had this Louis Vuitton bag. He pulls out the cologne. He's like, "I need cologne." And then cologne, he sprayed a little cologne. Yeah. He had a setup with a little section where You know, it was liquor carriers don't drink, but it was liquor there and all that stuff too. Of course I got it in and all that stuff too. But just to be there, like to see hip hop, and then you see the other side. It was like there's two sides, like hip hop and it was like rap. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And to see those two at the same time in Switzerland like that was amazing. You know what I mean? And it's to see that them two they met for the first time. DJ Wu Kid too. He was there. He was the DJ that night too. And yeah, got to smoke out with Walker that night and everything. And it was just the way he was. I'm cool with Walker now. You know what I mean? His music and all this stuff is I misunderstand a lot of things like when it comes to music too. Like because I want everything to be. I'm so used to like lyrical dudes, and the whole thing is you have fun too. Because we also had those dudes too. Remember. Like Biggie said, rapping dude, the ha. Yeah. He was one of the, it wasn't talking about that. It was just fun stuff. It was fun stuff. Dude, the Pee Wee Herman. Come on, he had a lot of songs that it's not all about lyrical content. It's all about the fun. Like Milk. Milk. What's his name? Audio 2. He's not the most lyrical dude. You know what I mean?
Rob Bass won't.
Rob Bass wasn't. But Joy and Pain, and he had It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right. Yeah. That was a perfect example right there. Perfect. Biz Markie. That's my dude right there, man. Yeah, you don't got to be the most lyrical dudes, and that's the thing that I gotta let go. You know, it's not about being lyrical. It's about making good music too. Yeah. And you know, I just like following the elements: peace, love, unity, safely having fun. That's hip hop right there. You know, and then there's rap, which is an extension. You know, rap is something we do. Hip hop is something we live.
Yep. Definitely agree with that. And that's true. And speaking on Flocka too, I came from when I first heard him. Yeah. And I heard that dude, I was like, yo, who the hell is this dude?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I can't do it. But as I got older, my kids getting older, they let me listen to different stuff, and I'm like, let me go back and listen. And it's like, you know what? He actually wasn't as bad.
He wasn't as bad as you think. Yeah. You know what I mean? I go hard in the motherfucking paint. Yeah, you thinking, what the fuck? And he's like, turn up.
You're like, oh man, this joint is actually kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
gotta listen. You gotta listen and pay attention. And judgmental first.
That's why I'm not sleeping. I got my mind open now. You know what I mean? I listen to everybody. NLE Chopper is my dude. That video got me. That's Lyrical Murder did his video, and that's what got me on him. Like his energy. This young boy got a lot of energy, and he's searching. If you listen to him too, like his music don't got no message, like no strong messages to it, but they're coming. They're coming because I'm watching this dude's spiritual growth. He's searching for spiritual growth right now. Okay. And so I mess with him, and then amongst others that we mentioned earlier.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So let's talk about your album too. You got an album coming.
Yes.
WMD.
Yes. Weapons of Mass Destruction.
Yes. So, tell us about it.
Okay. So
what was the whole concept and the creation behind
Weapons of Mass Destruction?
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole concept started. Is first of all, I was inspired on tour with Kara. So I wasn't even thinking about doing an album. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, the MCing, like I told you, our history of MCing that's been going on for forever, doing shows and everything like that. That's been going on forever. Mm-hmm. But being inspired on tour, it started with a young lady named Time who was on tour with us as well. Okay. She was working on her project, and she goes, "So I know you spit. Let's go." We was in the studio. She's like, "Let's go." And I was like, "What you mean?" She's like, "Hey, I said, I got no beats." And she started finding beats, and she found beats that automatically fit my style. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, let me see what I got for this. And I started coming up with these songs. Next thing you know, I had like about 4 or 5 songs. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go for this time. Mm-hmm. And in there, I was like, she's like, she was coaching me on my voice and all that stuff too. She's like, this is another level to my voice. She put him on Grizzly. She started calling me Grizzly. Put him on Grizzly in the voice and all that stuff. Yeah. And then, so I ended up with 4 or 5 songs there, and I was like, I'm gonna keep going. Okay. So now I got about 18 songs. I'm going to go do a couple more, but I'm going to cut some songs off and just narrow it down to what it is. But the project itself is Weapons of Mass Destruction. As I explained before, is like Weapons of Mass Destruction did not exist. Like Bush went to Iraq, he was looking for weapons of mass destruction. Mm-hmm. Could not find those weapons over there. Mm-hmm. The same thing like the teachers labeled me juvenile delinquent, or the teacher telling me I can't be nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Those labels were put upon me, but that wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
So those labels therefore don't exist.
Gotcha.
So what exists is what you see right here, a person who's going for what he believes in, you know. These music videos and this album I'm about to put out and just being successful. That's what exists. So don't, you know, the whole thing is weapons of mass destruction doesn't exist. I call it weapons of mass destruction because it's subliminal to what they labeled me.
Okay. Definitely like that. So,
Yeah.
so let me ask you this: if you could choose,
Yeah.
what would your weapon of mass destruction be? You can answer for him too if you think if he fronting.
The weapons of mass
The
destruction.
microphone or the camera? Which one?
Oh, you said the weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah. Which one is your weapon of mass destruction? Microphone or camera?
Well,
or which one is your favorite?
That means neither one exists.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, you got me on that one. All right. So moving on. Well, which one is your favorite
Favorite one?
instrument? Let's say instrument.
Okay, well, I like these days doing visuals.
Okay.
That's my main thing because of bringing somebody's art to life. You know, and and it's feel like when I'm bringing their art to life, I feel like I'm bringing my art to life too. I live vicariously through the artist.
Okay.
So I also always enjoy when they watch the video, the complete project, they look at it, and they're about to be like they're crying. They almost like, you know, they're watching it. And, oh, this is great. This is great. They can't believe what they're seeing.
I think it's an even kill.
Yeah. No. It's not today. Like being honest.
Okay.
It's visuals. It's like visuals is here. Yeah. Visuals is here. But I love grabbing that mic. Like there's no love will ever be lost for grabbing that mic. I'll be 80 years old.
So I'm thinking
I'll be 80 years old.
So I'm thinking the music is coming though. I'm thinking the music is coming to be even.
You
ain't gonna stop at this one album.
No.
He keeps saying one album, so he about to even it all. He's about to be neck and neck. Trust me.
I love
it. You don't balance it out.
Now the passion is in that album though. The passion is definitely in the album.
Yeah, that's why I'm just waiting. He keep telling me I'm just gonna do this one album.
This album right here, I guarantee you, whether you're a hip hop head or you're not a hip hop head, if you like good music, you're gonna love this album.
Okay.
You know, and because I'm giving you a body of work. You know, I'm gonna give you that boom bap. I'm gonna give you the musical. I'm gonna give you the raw lyrics. I'm gonna take you to the party, and I'm gonna take you to the relationships. The problems that's going on in the world today, that's all there, and it's not just problems in the world today, but the problems that have been going on for a while.
Yeah.
So it's basically I try to make it where it's timeless. I don't want to put a year on nothing. I don't mention 1999. I don't mention 2006 or 2020. I reminisce on certain aspects, but I don't say the year is 2020. And then the record drops in 2021 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or you listen to it.
That date should be too, man.
Yeah. Or somebody just finally finding it in 2022. I want to listen to it in 2024, 2025, and say, "Wow, this is refreshing."
Yeah, definitely.
It's for the new year. Or hopefully a lot of people get to hear it by then. But the whole object of dropping this album is not to say, okay, I want to get a record deal or I want to be famous or nothing like that. No, it's just to reach our target audience. That's basically it. Those people who respect good music.
Okay.
And that's it.
Definitely. So do you think this is would you consider this a concept album?
It's definitely a concept album.
Okay.
Yeah, because it starts off, the whole album starts off where I'm speaking to my therapist. Okay, because I had to do that in life. I don't know how many people had to do that in life, but by myself, they, like I said, when they live with me emotionally disturbed, I'm sitting there with therapists and all that stuff. So I start off where I'm speaking to my therapist.
Okay.
And then it goes into that song. She goes, well, explain yourself. And I said, where do you want me to start? She goes, start from the beginning. I start from high school years.
Got you.
And that's Juvenile Delinquent. That's the first song. Okay. Then I go into different things. I go into nostalgia, how hip hop used to be. Mm-hmm. I go into the hood dwellers when we stand on that street corner. That music, Still the Show,
Yeah, when we
Still the Show. That's it. That's it.
That's
when you rock it out. You come in there to slaughter that stage. And that's a party one. That's the one that puts people's hands up. Along with Laurel Wilson, and that's about unity. And she fit the song perfectly. And that's called.
Her doing big things
Yeah,
too.
yeah, she's killing them right now. And that song's called That's All. and that's a flip of an old Phil Collins song. So even if I don't get clearance on that, I'm putting it out. I don't care. So I'm gonna try to get clearance on it, but if you don't, it's just, so what? I ain't doing it for just the money. Yeah. I'm doing it for the, to get the message out there, get the music out there.
Hey, definitely. All right, so let's go here. Let's talk about Pain and Music.
Yes.
All right, so I watched it.
Yeah.
I seen it was broke down into 4 parts.
Yeah.
I was sitting up late. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just watch the first part. I watched the rest later. I ended up watching all of it.
Yeah. That's what it does.
I was like, yo, hold up, what? Okay, there it goes. And I ended up watching all of it. You know what I'm saying? So, what was the creative process like for that movie?
For that movie, okay. So this movie that movie was actually the second movie that I directed.
Okay.
And
what was the first one?
The first one was No Plan B with Show Flacco.
Okay. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one was the one where, and I always say, I always shout out Show Flacco for this. He's the one that told me like, you could do movies, bro. And then he came to me with a script, and I go, I said, you sure we can do this? And he goes, did you see this scene right here? And he pointed out Erica Payne's Sexy Monster, the intro. If you can shoot this scene right here, like the way you shot this, you can shoot a movie. I said, okay, let's get it. And so, I learned the flaws of what was wrong with the movie and what's right. It ended up being a classic. You saw that the movie twice. Saw that the movie. He created a brand off of it. Yeah. He got signed to it.
Still going on.
Yeah. Still killing.
Yeah. Did y'all do part 2?
No, I didn't do part 2. I didn't do part 2. I was working on Pain Music at the time. So, but we're getting together on probably doing the grand finale of it, which is No Plan B3. So you're gonna have a trilogy. So we're speaking of that, to this hopefully. I ain't gonna say hopefully. That will happen.
Okay.
So I gotta, we're gonna connect on it, making that happen too. So, but from that movie, Clever came to me with Chiffon, and they wanted to shoot a music video. And when you remember that was at your crib. Yeah. And so he came pitching these ideas, and I said, "Did you see No Plan B yet?" He goes, "Nah." And I planned that popped in the movie. Next thing you know, Clever, you see Clever. You looking at Clever, you see look at him thinking. You see the mechanical pieces moving in his head. So he said, I was like, "Oh, okay, here you go." He left. He came back in 3 days with a script. First came with another script from another girl.
From another team.
And that didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't
Next thing you know, Miss T said, "Siobhan, you need to tell your story." Yeah, she said something like that, and Siobhan came back with this. She wrote that script. I swear within like a couple days.
Shout out to Miss T.
She wrote who?
Siobhan wrote. She wrote Pain and Music.
Yeah.
You had me hooked. I was just supposed to watch the first part. You had me hooked. And the acting was good in that too.
Yeah, it was amazing. And
they killed it.
Yeah, and we did readings. We sat at a table. We did a conference. We had a conference room, and we did 2 table readings first before we even went down to shooting it. Found our locations, the locations we needed for the movie, and we knew that we wanted to take it out of town. We were going to take it to Atlanta at first, but I had a friend that worked at Quad Studio. I was like, "Yo, man, let's take this to New York, bro." And instead of taking it to Atlanta, we took it to New York in Times Square, and that's where that whole scene came from. Okay. Shout out to Silos on that one too for linking that, and then so the movie just came together good. Shout out to Flame Bonds, Lil C. The acting was incredible. Senior played the barber, and it was a well put together cast. And then it's everybody, like, we had a lot of...
everybody. Ruger in there.
Ruger Red. Oh, yeah. Cheese Town. Bo.
Making Bo was in there, too. Yeah.
So, and I think that's ready for a part 2, too. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, the way it left...
Yeah, because I'm ready to know, like, what the hell happened.
Yeah. And the only person that knows that story is Chiffon. Okay. So, I don't even know what's going to happen next, but I'm telling you, I'm pushing that one. Like that's one of the best projects I ever worked on, and I'm ready for part 2.
Like I said, man, I watched the joint, man, and I'm gonna be honest, like, I've heard Flame, through the music and stuff, and I watched the joint. I was like, man, I don't know about this dude, man.
Yeah,
he played the hell out of that part.
I remember my mom first met him. Rest in peace. She looked at him. She's like, he was there. He was in a tuxedo, and he came to meet my mom, and he's like, I don't know if you're right. You're scared of you.
He murdered.
I definitely think everybody did enjoy it too.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely. I like that part too. Yeah, man. You know, they only come around when she ain't working.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that show was definitely dope, man. I tell you, which guy did grow on me in the movie though. Shoot, I liked him, and I ain't even gonna remember his damn name. But the muscle dude. What was his name?
Are you talking about X-Men X-Con?
Was it X?
X-Men. He played Banks. He played the manager. He's in the manager.
No, the one when he went in the spot and he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to fuck them bitches." Why you ain't fuck them? Because I shot
That's Bo. That's Bo. Yeah, that's Bo. Yeah.
Shut up, bitch. This is real stupid.
Yeah,
Talking about lit your
that's
cool.
Bo. Yeah.
cheap ass liquor.
Yo, everybody look. I tell you, his character stood out. He was the last person that was casted too.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't find that character to play him. And then he walked in the door, and I was like, there he is, yo. He walked. We was at we was at Aqua, but it was the other side. We was in the cigar room. And he walked in and he was like, yo, there's our character right there. And probably the most reliable person ever. He always showed up to set on time and everything, yo. So shout out to him. I got a video coming out with him too. He's actually starring in Chiffon Collier's new video called Lord Have Mercy. Okay. So he's starring in that with Heather Nice. Okay. And this video, I'm telling you, when I say this comes out, it's gonna be incredible. It's Out of Time. It's out. You ever see Out of Time with Justin Timberlake? Where they have where it's like the future and they have the time on their time clock on their arm.
Yeah, I never seen that movie, but I wanted to see.
You got to see
I
that.
remember the name.
It's on YouTube too, so you watch it free everything. But we use that concept for the video Lord Have Mercy. Okay. And Clever is featured on that song too as well. But Money Making Bo kills it, and Heather Nice slaughters it. So that's gonna be coming soon. That'll be out before the holidays.
Okay. And so like with the cast. Yeah. And you know, it was definitely a lot of people in the cast. Yeah. Even a lot of guest appearances also. Yeah. How were you able to like get everyone's schedule to?
It's very, very.
It was hard.
Let me tell you something. That movie was supposed to take 30 days to shoot that movie. Mm-hmm. It took about 4 to 6 months. It's like you got to take your time with some of these movies. Yeah. The good part is you always got to find people that are committed to the role.
And the time schedule.
And the time schedule.
People that had also had things going on in life, working and stuff like that. So that was part of it too.
Yeah, but you know what happened? We got it done. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. Because a lot of people get stuck in the middle of these things and they don't get it done. We were able to get it done, and everybody stayed committed. They remember what clothes they had on. So if you had to shoot the scene, like there's a day scene at night, and you got to continue the day scene. They make sure to keep the same clothes fresh and everything like that.
I got to shout out Miss T. I got to shout out Miss T. I got to shout out my wife Miss T because she was responsible for most of these characters being cast.
Hey, that's what's up, man. And so you did answer that question. I asked how long it took to do it from start to finish. You said it took about 4 months.
About 4 to 6 months altogether. Yeah.
But I mean, it was well worth it. Though,
yeah. And it was downtime though that took that long. Now you look at it all together, it's probably about a month or two. You know. Okay. But because of the downtime, it was about 4 to 6 months.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it was well worth it. Yes.
Oh man, dope. Yeah. That's one of the dope experiences. I'm always gonna be remembered for my life. You know, it's gonna be. I tell people.
Do you remember what happened? You remember what happened when you first shot? Come on, man.
What happened when I
come on, man?
Well, tell us, man. We want to know.
He's like, I check my work.
Yeah. All that. 20 takes.
Yeah. Cause bro, look here. I was a cat. Yeah, I could get on stage and rip it. You can feel me. But acting is not easy, bro. It's difficult, man. You gotta read.
That dude started sweating.
Learn your lines.
That dude started sweating.
Crazy, bro.
And the flame was in the chair messing with him.
Yeah.
Senior. Come on, senior. That shit was funny.
It was crazy. It was fun, but it's hard.
And then, but once he caught it, once he finally got into his zone, that was take for take. I gotta do different angles on that with one camera. So once you got to do it.
But one thing I know now, if I'm ever in get a chance to be in a movie, I'm going to take time to learn my part. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, I took it serious, but I really didn't, because the downtime, when I'm supposed to come shoot like or whatever, I got to go to work and I got things to do, so I ain't had the time to really, you know what I'm saying? You say, are you going to shoot my scene today? I'm going to be on it. So I wasn't on it. Like, I should have been on it better. And I could have probably delivered my...
No, you delivered it great.
But I learned, though. Now I know next time I get a chance to be in something, bro, I'm I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna get my character right, and I'm gonna be on it. That's what you got. I'm gonna be dedicated to it more.
Okay.
And that's what it is.
Maybe the
That's what I
part two
learned. That's
So
what I
let me
learned.
ask you this too: as a being on stage, acting in front of the camera, have you? I ain't see you in the movie.
No, I don't do that, man.
I can tell you, it's a big difference because for some reason you could go on stage and rock 2,000 people and think nothing of it, but it's like when that camera is right there, and you like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You start saying your lines, then you think like, man, did my facial expressions look right?
All
Was
that,
I believable?
all that,
Did
all
I look?
that. Yeah,
You know
all
what I mean?
that.
So it definitely, I can see how
It was
it
different.
binds
It
you
was
up a little
different.
bit. Like,
And
man.
he was like, see, you can do it. I was like, bro, it's different, bro. I'm telling you, on stage, I'm rocking. I'm in a zone. You know what I'm saying? People, they doing like this, doing like that.
I was shocked when that camera went on, and this dude was like, "I was like, are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, he couldn't believe it.
I was like,
what?
what? This
It wasn't on purpose.
No. I'll tell you, he was nervous.
I was nervous.
Yo, when dude started sweating bullets and shit, I'm like, huh?
Yeah, it was hard. But see, I'm seasoned now, and I'm good. I'm good for the next. Anybody want to put senior, OG, whatever you want me to do, I'm gonna be
dope
dedicated to it.
actor, dope personality.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. And you know what? It got me a little claim of fame because people see me and they remember me for that. From that.
Yeah.
Yo, you was in the movie playing the music. Yo, Jesse, right? I said, yeah. Word boy. I done gave out autographs,
I
bro.
thought you was gonna get shot in the movie.
You thought I?
Yeah, because everybody he came across it was like, yo, they either gonna die, he or something. So, like, all right, cool.
It was wild.
It was
That
dope,
story
man.
the story was wild. It was
Dope,
very
man.
it was unpredictable. That's what I liked about it. Yo.
Yeah, and it was amazing when we had the openers for it, and I was sitting in there and what first was it Commodore?
It was the Commodore Theater in Portsmouth.
Yo, I was just sitting there like, yo, this is.
No, is that the Commodore? It was something else called. That was the second one. Was the Commodore on College Avenue? I forgot. It was the Narrow. The Narrow was in. It was the Commodore. The Commodore's Portsmouth, and then we did the second one in. So we did one where we was suited up and had the red carpet out.
Yeah.
That was the premiere, the original when we screened it, and we did that on a Saturday afternoon. It was packed. I mean, I'm talking about it was capacity. It was capacity, and the people's reaction to it. And the movie wasn't like the way they had it hooked up. You couldn't even hear the sound like the way you hear it now.
Yeah.
And people was tuned. They was tuned in.
Yeah, bro.
You heard the reaction. Once I was like, okay, I knew which scene was gonna capture them. It was like the first 7 minutes is just character building. I said, but if after 7 minutes, if we don't get a reaction in this movie, it's not gonna be what we expected it to be. Right when that reaction happened, I heard everybody's reaction. I was like, God. And you kept hearing the reactions as the movie went on. The laughter, the laughter.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Yeah, man, ain't no front, man. I was sitting there watching. I only wanted to watch the first part, and I was like, all right, I gotta keep going. And I know my wife was like, bro, it was like 3 a.m. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So everybody out there, if you haven't seen it, make sure y'all check that out. Just look up Pain and Music. It's also on goonusa.com. We broke it down into 4 episodes now. So you can watch a half hour to an hour a day if you want to, or you can just
watch it all at once.
Or watch it all at once. It's better. You better watch it all at once. I think after you watch the first one, you're gonna watch this.
It's gonna grab you.
But yeah, just make sure y'all tune in. It's a very good movie. It's an urban classic, and we're gonna keep pushing.
Very dope experience, man. I'm looking for some more. You know.
So let me ask you this too, man. From the premiere that you have for the movie, seeing the crowd, actually being in the crowd and getting to hear the oohs and ahs and the reactions, as opposed to being on stage where you don't really get to hear the feedback from the people. You may get something after the performing. Which one do you think is like?
Let me tell you that.
I don't want to say more satisfying, but which one you kind of like? It's like
I like that movie theater, the premiere.
Yeah.
Because it was like
I think he probably dropped one too. I think a little trickle came out.
Yeah, I saw him.
He did like this.
What?
Yeah, he did like this.
Oh, you know my eyes water, man. Come on, man. This guy, man.
No, man, because I did. You want some real? I did, bro. I got.
You talking about when we was at the movie theater?
I got.
Oh no, the movie theater. When I seen it on the big screen, for No Plan B, a tear dropped on that.
Yeah, bro.
For Pain and Music, a tear
yeah,
dropped on that
because
one.
the experience, like, yo, for real?
Man.
Like, wow.
Yeah. Seeing yourself on the screen.
Yeah, it was great.
It's the complete. It's seeing that complete project on that big screen and watching the quality and saying, yo, this can compete with a lot of stuff that's out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just seeing that, and I was like, okay. And we watched it too. He was like, okay, this is the part I gotta fix right here. This is the part I gotta fix. And we went back and we fixed it. And then we did a second. We did the second premiere, and then we did that Hood Fabulous. Like, you don't gotta wear suits on this one. Let's go out and we're gonna do this at nighttime this time. And we flooded it again, and it was like, I mean, I'm talking about VA celebrities all over the place.
Yeah, man.
It was all in there that day.
And it was good for me. It was, the feeling I got from both of the movies and any of his work is seeing it, because that's my bro, and I know him for many years, 30 plus years, and what he creates, and I know the work and the passion that he puts in it. When I see it, it gets chills to my body. Like, yeah, my bro, yeah, he got it, and it feels good. It feels good that my man's could do the work that he do and make it come to life. It's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Always.
And for me, it's like it was something I never knew I had. And it took those chain of events to lead me to something that ended up being my career. And I don't think I'm never like this. This is what I'm doing for life. Like, I think this is what I'm gonna be doing. So just to be able to find that and to get to those different levels, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I thank God for everything that's happened.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah. Well, you know what, fellas? I think on that note, I ain't even got to ask no more questions, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful way to end it out, man. So look, let the people know what you got coming up next, man, before we get out of here, and where they can find your stuff at and everything. And
okay. So the YouTube is Pure Brilliance ENT. The Facebook is Pure Brilliance ENT, and the Instagram is Pure Brilliance ENT. No spaces. You go on it. You can find us on all those spots. If you need a visual, make sure you holler at us. Don't think just because we're shooting the highest quality. Oh, matter of fact, we shoot with the Red camera now too, which is the standard in Hollywood, and these music videos you see on MTV, we have that quality now. So even though we're shooting with that, don't think we're gonna beat you in the head with prices and stuff like that, because we know that we are indie artists and we are on the come up. So just come speak with me. I will work with you. Just come. All you gotta do is come talk to me and let me know what your vision is. It's something I want to work with. Come see me. And also, okay, as far as things that's coming, Erica Payne, Animal, that video is gonna be dropping shortly. I got Apollo Parks, a young artist, man. He's amazing. Got a couple visuals dropping with him. KRS-One, his first single called Tight, that's coming. G Simone featuring Will I Am, Celebrate Our Lives, that's coming. Clever the Don featuring Laura Wilson and Digga Top Notch. What's the name of that song, man?
You told me too, I can't remember.
Oh man, I got it. I forgot the name of the song, but that song is coming. The joint is dope, man. We shot it in a church, and it fit the song great. So it's Laura Wilson featuring Clever the Don and Digga Top Notch, and I think that's pretty much. Oh, the movie Mercy. Shout out to Travis Johnson. He produced the movie. Frank Matter wrote the movie. Shout out to the whole cast. This is a phenomenal cast. Shout out to Osha. He plays Don Marav, a Haitian gangster in there. This dude is phenomenal. Shout out to Nori Jane. Shout out to Capri. Everybody in the cast. Shout out to all y'all. There's a numerous amount of people in this cast too. But that story, Mercy, it's a pilot. It's going to be turned into. We're going to turn it into a series. We're going to pitch this one to Netflix.
Okay.
Or some type of major streaming service, and God willing, it'll get picked up. But I think this is the one. I think this is one of the ones. So it's called Mercy, and that's coming soon. And that's pretty much all of it. And then of course, seniors with me. We about to smash these shows. We got a couple more songs to get done. A little more vocals, bro.
Yeah. A little more. Got some work to do. And Pure Brilliance still here. We ain't going nowhere, man. And like I said, we got some artists that's working on stuff. Like I know my son
KO lay low.
My son KO working on his album. He got a project he's putting on. We got to start going in the studio with you, with Terra, and all, and get this project put together so we can give it to the people. He got timeless music too, man. He got
my nephew is a beast. And let me tell you something. I didn't give him too much credit in this interview. He helped me get back on the mic too by featuring me on a lot of his songs. Oh yeah. And I fell back for a minute. He's like, "Come on, we'll get on this track right here. Get on this track right here. Get on this track right here." And that's what got me back originally.
Oh yeah. The Hanging Nine show. The Hanging Nine show.
Yeah. He got me going too. Like, put a verse on this. Put a verse. I was doing a lot of features with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he helped out a lot too. So shout out to KO too, man. You need to get back on there. Hopefully you on them beats too, 'cause I need some beats, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is, y'all. You know who it is? It's your favorite cousin, Terra, Senior, Pure Brilliance
Pure
Entertainment.
Brilliance is the squad, man.
All right, we out.
Yes.